Thank you, Bushra. Look, let me first say thank you very much for coming along this evening for this film screening. And I would like to start by thanking the European Union and the United Nations, of course, for staging this film festival. I think it's a great opportunity to talk about human rights, and it gives us that forum to do that. The film you're about to see is a really moving human story about a young Australian man called Myuran Sukumaran. And he was an Australian man who was executed in Indonesia in 2015 on the crime of drug smuggling. Now, Myuran was in fact a young man who did something quite heinous in terms of trafficking drugs. But the story has a very human dimension to it. What it looks at is the whole concept of redemption. So we saw this young man while he was in prison on death row waiting to be executed, and he was in prison on death row for 10 years, for a decade. He was able to think through what he had done, think about his actions, and realise the pain that he caused to others because of his actions. Also, what we said during this time in prison was an opportunity for him, through painting and through being an art teacher, to start a process, a pathway for a purpose in his life and for redemption. But that was tragically cut short. So what we see is a very human story, one which focuses on tragedy, the futility and the cruelty of the death penalty. And I want to just bring it very quickly to about Australia. We've been through this journey about the death penalty, and it's taken us about nearly all of the 20th century to get to the position where we are and that we've abolished the death penalty. If I think about the first state in Australia, that was Queensland. It abolished the death penalty almost 100 years ago in 1922. Interestingly, the last state to abolish the death penalty was New South Wales in 1985. And what we saw, it took until 2010 before the Commonwealth government adopted national legislation banning any state or territory for adopting the death penalty ever again. So that's one of the reasons why Australia is very keen on the international stage to promote all countries to end the death penalty in all circumstances and for all people. So I hope that you enjoy the film tonight, and I'm looking forward to the panel discussion with my colleagues here.
अगर आपने क्वेश्चंस अगर करनी है, हम एक दो क्वेश्चंस ले सकते हैं on the topic.
So the death penalty is already in Pakistan, especially because Pakistan suspended death penalty earlier, but because of this terrorism and all that, Pakistan had to restore it. I mean, start the death penalty again, but it's only for a terrorist. So how you see when there are terrorists who are killing the innocent people? So
Sure.
what you can do, how you can pardon them without death penalty?
Well, look,
I have a supplement on that.
Sure, but maybe I'll just answer this question first. I think one of the things that we've learned from our experiences, and if you look at the statistics, is the death penalty does not lead to a reduction in the crime. If I look at Indonesia, for example, where we had this drug smuggler who was executed in 2015, do you think that we still see drug smuggling happening? Of course we do. What we need to have is, you don't excuse the crime, you have to have a system of punishment which will include long-term imprisonment. But that's, I think, the best way of dealing with it, because if the death penalty, what you see is both a tragedy for the families involved, a tragedy also for the executioners. It's a very difficult circumstance you're putting executioners through. You'll see in the film that you're about to see is that it was about a firing squad and the trauma for those people on the firing squad. So that's one thing. The second thing I would say is that it can be cruel. There's no humane way of carrying out the death penalty. What we do see is in Australia, for example, people who are convicted years later are found to be innocent. Do you want to have a situation where innocent people are being executed? And the third thing is the futility of it. As I said, there's no evidence that suggests that the death penalty leads to a reduction in crime.
So another question, Faisal, do you want to
Mr. High Commissioner, Pakistan has, as my colleague has raised the matter, Pakistan has already imposed moratorium on the death penalty earlier on. But unfortunately, that was not sustained. European Union, under its 27 conventions, particularly ICCPR and all others, they are advocating time and again on having moratorium or abolishing the death penalty. What do you think that whether a moratorium is necessary or it should be abolished completely?
I think
when particularly it's an Islamic Republic of
Sure.
Pakistan and a constitution suggests so. So it is quite difficult for any government to go on with that particular area.
Sure. One of the things we have for Australia is that we advocate to all countries of the world that have death penalty, including our closest friends, to abolish it, for the reasons I outlined. But we do recognise, as I said from our own example, it takes time to get to the stage where you can abolish a death penalty. So what we're calling for is a moratorium on that pathway.
Right, thank you. Sorry, can we quickly move to Sarah's statement, because I'm just conscious that we have to start the movie.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. I will speak in English, or would you like me to speak in Urdu? So, मैं थोड़ा सा दोनों करने की कोशिश करूँगी. आपके सवाल का मैं जवाब देना चाहती हूँ कि पाकिस्तान एक मुसलमानों का मुल्क है, और मैं एक पाकिस्तानी की हैसियत से, एक पाकिस्तानी वकील की हैसियत से, हम पिछले 10 सालों से हमारा इदारा इस पनिशमेंट के ऊपर काम कर रहा है, इस सज़ा पे काम कर रहा है. और पिछले 10 सालों में हमने देखा है कि मॉरेटोरियम भी हुआ, मॉरेटोरियम लिफ्ट भी हुआ, और उसके भी नताइज हमने देखे हैं. लेकिन जो बातें ऑनरेबल एम्बेसडर ने की हैं, वही बातें ऑस्ट्रेलिया के बारे में की हैं, वो हमारी माशरे में भी अप्लाई करती हैं. हमने देखा, इन्होंने कहा कि इनोसेंट लोगों को डेथ पेनल्टी दी जा सकती है, वो बहुत बड़ी मिस्टेक होती है. ये पाकिस्तान में हुआ है. 2015 में बहावलपुर ब्रदर्स का केस था. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उनको अक्विट किया और पता चला कि उनको साल पहले फांसी दे दी गई है. तो हमने एक जान नहीं लूज़ की, हमने 2 इनोसेंट जानें लूज़ की. इन्होंने बात की कि हम नंबर ऑफ़ क्राइम्स को रिड्यूस करें. आपने कहा कि ये इस्लामी सज़ा, इस्लामिक इंजंक्शंस के मुताबिक है कि नहीं. हमारे मज़हब में, कुरान मजीद में, और ये तमाम स्कॉलर्स और काउंसिल ऑफ इस्लामिक आइडियोलॉजी की भी रिपोर्ट है हमारी, सिर्फ 2 पनिशमेंट्स, 2 जराइम की सज़ा दी जाती है. पाकिस्तान में आज 33 जराइम हैं जिनको सज़ाए मौत दी जाती है, जो हम इस्तेमाल भी नहीं करते. हम बाकी मुस्लिम ममालिक को देखें तो मलेशिया, इंडोनेशिया, ईरान, they have all started scaling back the application of the death penalty in line with Islamic injunctions, because they have realized that it has not served any purpose and it has not served as a deterrent. And I'm hopeful that our country on our own path will find the way there as well. Thank you.
Amrit, you want to say something?
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम. मैं भी फिर उर्दू में ही बात करती हूँ. मैं ज़रूर समझती हूँ कि क्योंकि पाकिस्तान में इस पर बहस करना थोड़ी सी मुश्किल भी होती है, लेकिन जब इस किस्म की दस्तावेज़ी फ़िल्म हम देखते हैं, उससे एक एहसास होता है. वो ये एहसास होता है कि हमें सबसे पहले इंसानियत की बुनियाद पर इस सज़ा पर दोबारा से गौर करना चाहिए. क्योंकि आप जब फिल्म भी देखेंगे, और हम पाकिस्तान में बहुत सारी मिसालें, अभी सारा ने भी मिसाल दी थी, 2 भाई थे जिनको बरी कर दिया गया था 2016 में, हालांकि सुप्रीम इनको सज़ाए मौत दी जा चुकी थी 2015 में, ग़ुलाम सरवर और ग़ुलाम कादिर. और उस बेंच पर हमारे मौजूदा चीफ जस्टिस आसिफ सईद खोसा भी थे. 3 रुकनी बेंच था. तो ये सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि और इस फिल्म से देखकर आपको ये एहसास होगा कि जब हम समझते हैं कि एक सज़ा होती है, उसका नतीजा क्या होना चाहिए. उसका नतीजा ये होना चाहिए कि वो जुर्म दोबारा ना हो. हमारे जो क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम में जो मसाइल हैं, जो गैप्स है, उसकी वजह से ये मुमकिन हो सकता है, और बहुत बार हमने देखा है कि मासूम लोगों को सज़ाए मौत दी जाती है. और ये भी हो सकता है कि वो उस सज़ा की बिल्कुल उनको डिज़र्व भी करते हों, मुर्तकब हों, उन्होंने जुर्म भी किया हो, लेकिन अगर वो उसके बाद 10 साल, 15 साल, 20 साल क़ैद में गुजार कर बेहतर इंसान बन सके, वो माफ़ी मांगे, वो चाहते हों कि वो अब मुआशरे की तरफ को एक मुस्बत कंट्रीब्यूशन करना चाहें, तो उनका वो भी मौका देना चाहिए. जैसे मैंने कहा, ये फ़िल्म आप देखेंगे, आपको एहसास होगा कि इंसानियत सबसे बड़ी है.
थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन। कैन आई रिक्वेस्ट कि आप लोग ऑडिटोरियम में अब चले जाएं, हम शॉर्टली मूवी रन करेंगे, तो कैमरा अगर पीछे साइड में कैमरा।
Australia's entry in this film festival this year is the film Guilty, which we're just about to see. And it's a story about a young Australian man, Myuran Sukumaran. An Australian who was executed in 2015 for drug smuggling. Myuran spent decades in the death row in Indonesia. During that time, came to acknowledge and deeply regret the pain that his crimes, his actions caused others, especially his family. So while in prison, Myuran became an accomplished painter and an art teacher. And in fact, art gave him a purpose and a path of redemption, a path unfortunately was touched. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a film, it's very much a human story film. It's focused on the tragedy, the futility and the cruelty of the death penalty. And I hope that you find this film challenging, interesting, and something to reflect on today. I'm very much looking forward to the panel discussion after the film. In Australia, we abolished the death penalty over the course of the 20th century. Queensland was the first state to abolish the death penalty almost a century ago, in 1922. But it took until 1985 before New South Wales finally abolished the death penalty. And in fact, it was only in 2010 that the Australian penalty had ever been introduced in Australian state and territory. So that shows it's a long journey. I know this is an issue of debate that takes place here in Pakistan. But for Australia, on the world stage, we encourage every country to join us in this journey to end the death penalty in all circumstances and for all people. I hope that you enjoy this film. It's a very powerful, thoughtful and sensitive film. And then we'll have a discussion afterwards. Thank you.
Kita